All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's jump into a story. All right, so a couple things we're going to take a look at here. First thing we're going to do is we're going to check out what's in the margins to make sure we know what we're getting into. So if you look at the right-hand margin, it literally says, set a purpose for reading. In other words, why are we reading? Okay? So it says, read the problem with bullies to learn about how bullying happens, who it hurts, and the ways to prevent it. All right, well, let's break that apart a little bit. We're going to learn about how bullying hurts, or how it happens. It does hurt. Who it hurts. And then 3, ways to prevent it. So what does that mean? That means as you read, they are the 3 things you are going to think about. Okay? The point of the reading is to understand how bullying happens, who it hurts, and ways to prevent it. Okay. Focus on form. The problem with bullies is a feature article. And that is a non-fiction article found in a newspaper or magazine. This article gives readers information on a specific topic and offers some solutions. Okay, so this is a feature article. Okay, now, down here it says, A, take notes. Reread lines 1 through 10. What do you learn about the roots of bullying in these lines? Okay, I'm going to read it to you. Then I'm going to reread these directions. I'm going to ask you to pause the video. You're going to enter in the information into your notes. And then you're going to hit play again. And we're going to come back together. All right. So, let's go. The Problem with Bullies by Sean Price. By 6th grade, Karen had experienced her share of hardships. She had just been adopted by a family in Chattanooga, Tennessee, after spending 6 years in foster care. Naturally shy and quiet, Karen also struggled with a slight speech impediment. She had only one good friend. All right. Now, first thing I want you to notice is there's a little tiny 1 right there next to the word impediment. Okay? If you don't know what the word impediment is and you see that little tiny number, I want you to go down to the bottom of the page. On the bottom of the page, you're going to see another little 1. And it's going to define what a speech impediment is. Okay? So a speech impediment is a physical condition that makes it difficult for a person to speak clearly. Okay? That's a speech impediment. Let's go back to the story. All this made Karen, not her real name, an easy target for a bully. Her tormentor, a popular girl at school, loved to taunt Karen about the way she spoke and about her home life. Okay? So again, you notice there's a little 2 next to the word tormentor. Okay, same little 2 we got right there. Let's take a look. A tormentor is a person who is the source of harassment, annoyance, or pain. All right, so now let's go back to the directions. Take notes. Reread lines 1 through 10. What do you learn about the roots of bullying in these lines? Think about how bullying happens, who it hurts, ways to prevent it. I want you to give me as much information that you can pull from lines 1 through 10 all about bullying. Okay? All right, so I want you to take the next couple minutes, reread 1 through 10, put your notes in that right-hand margin. Okay, hit pause now. When you're done, hit play, and meet me on the next page. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's go to the next page. All right. A little crooked. There we go. Oh, still crooked. Oh, close enough. It's going to be crooked. All right. Let's read. No, I'm sorry. Let's not read yet. Let's go to that left-hand margin. This one says, take notes. Reread lines 18 through 27. In your organizer, take notes on the statistics the author provides on bullying that you find especially important. Okay, so as we read, in your mind, I want you to mark those statistics. And I'm going to give you time then. You're going to go back, you're going to find them, and then you're going to write them out. But just follow along for right now. Just listen. Okay. She made fun of the fact that I was a foster kid and that my mother didn't take care of me, says Karen. Sometimes the abuse was physical. The bully might shove Karen or throw one of her shoes in the toilet. Even after the other girl received several suspensions and detentions for her bullying, she refused to give Karen a break. Millions of U.S. teens understand what Karen went through. A study by the National Institute of Children's Health and Human Development found that more than 16% of students in grades 6 through 12 say that they have been bullied. 19% say that they have been bullies themselves. It's not just the victims who are hurt by bullying. Another study found that 60% of the bullies in grades 6 through 9 will be convicted of a criminal act by the age of 24. At one time, bullying was considered just a natural part of growing up. Today, authorities see it as a serious health crisis. It is estimated that bullying keeps 160,000 kids out of school each day. Okay. Now, based on these lines, all right, because that would actually be line 27 right there. This would be line 18. So read lines 18 through 27 and give me the statistics. Okay, so I want you to go back. I want you to reread lines 18 through 27. And I want you to write down the statistics in the left-hand margin. Okay, hit pause. When you're done, hit play. Go. All right. So let's take a look at what the statistics. Millions of U.S. teens understand what Karen went through. Okay? Millions are bullied. A study said 16% of 6 to 12 or 6 to 12th graders say they have been bullied. So 16% of 6 to 12th graders have been bullied. 19% said that they have been bullies themselves. 19% of 6 to 12th graders are bullies. 60% of the bullies in grades 6 to 9 will be convicted of a criminal act by the age of 24. Okay, 60% of those bullies will be convicted of a crime. And then I'm going to add this one just because, even though it says 18 to 27, I'm going to go down all the way to 30. 160,000 kids are out of school each day. 160,000 out of school. All right. Now, it says C, take notes. Reread the subhead. What kinds of information do you think this section will contain? In which parts of your organizer would you write notes for this section? So this section is, what is bullying? So again, so reread the subhead. That's the subhead. Okay, it's the subheading. So before we get started reading it, reread the subhead. What kinds of information do you think this section will contain? What do you think is going to be in this next section? Hit pause. I want you to jot down some thoughts, and then we'll continue reading. Hit pause now. All right, welcome back. Okay, let's read through and see if your notes match what this is talking about. What is bullying? Bullying takes many forms: gossip, snubbing, put-downs, threats, and violent acts. Its roots lie in the difference of power between the bullies and their victims. Bullies tend to be confident, impulsive, and popular. Victims tend to be withdrawn and have few friends. Many bullies come from homes where they are neglected or abused. Bullying allows them to exercise power that's denied to them at home. Boys and girls bully differently. Boys tend to use threats and physical violence. Girl bullies rely more on backbiting, cruel comments, social exclusion, and spreading false rumors. Cyberbullying, a newer form of harassment, allows bullies to humiliate their peers with email and blog postings. Okay, you also notice that little 3 right there. Humiliate. Let's jump down to the bottom. Okay, there's our little 3 again. Humiliate, to lower the pride, dignity, or self-respect of another. Okay, let's keep going. Oh, not yet. All right. So that was our C section. So hopefully your notes that you wrote in here kind of matched what bullying is. Okay? So let's go down to the next section. Okay. Take notes. Reread lines 46 through 59 in your organizer. Take notes on the effects of bullying. The effects of bullying. All right. Let's read. Well, humiliate definitely was something, we just read. So that's 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45. So this starts 46 here. Like I said, we just talked about being humiliated. So keep that in mind as we keep going. For victims, being bullied damages self-esteem. Bullying expert Marlene Snyder says that fear of bullies also makes class time much more trying for the victims. They're sitting there trying to survive, not being able to really learn, she says. Karen's frequent complaints about the bullying finally brought her some relief. She and her tormentor were given separate class schedules for 8th grade. Karen believes the other girl may have been threatened with expulsion. Whatever happened, the bully now ignores Karen. Life is easier to handle, and yet the bullying has left its mark. School's still stressful, Karen says. I'm always on the watch to see who's coming towards me. Okay? So now, I want you to take a few minutes. I want you to reread from 46 to 59. There we go. Okay? And I want you to put in as many effects from the bullying that you can. Hit pause on the video. When you're done, hit play. Go. All right. Coming to an end. Pause and reflect. What measures does the author suggest to stop bullying? How effective do you think they will be? Okay. So we have the author's suggestions. And effectiveness of it. So let's read the last piece and then you'll be able to wrap it up. Okay. Stopping bullies. In recent years, many schools have implemented effective anti-bullying programs. All right, I see another one. 4, implemented. Implemented. Put into effect or carried out. Got it. I'm going to reread just to make sure I'm good. In recent years, many schools have implemented effective and anti-bullying programs. Denny Middle School in Seattle, Washington launched such a program recently. Already there have been signs of progress. Craig Little, a student, saw a new student being taunted by a group of fellow 7th graders. The lead bully wouldn't let the boy pass. Instead of standing by, Craig acted. He said, "You guys leave him alone and let him go." Craig then escorted the boy away from the group. The lead bully and the new student have since made up. I talked to both of them later, and they're all right with each other, Craig said. They're kind of becoming friends. Okay, last thing. Okay, what were the author's suggestions, and how effective do you think they'll be? So you're going to go suggestions first, and then I want you to tell me how effective. All right, so you're going to hit pause or exit because we're done. Good job, guys.